Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Uhl. I'm the Freshman Academy Counselor at Atherton High School. Today, we're going to be talking about some information that's going to be helpful for you for scheduling your incoming ninth grader for classes for next school year. First, though, I want to welcome you to our Atherton family. We are so excited to meet you guys, and we can't wait to see you in our building next school year. Here are the goals for our session today. I want to share with you some information that is important to know as a new Atherton family member. We are going to talk about schedule choices and options for ninth grade. And then at the end, I'll walk you through how you're going to make those schedule requests so that I can build your schedule for your freshman year. So first off, we're going to talk about information that is important for new Atherton family members. Atherton is on a 7-period day. This structure allows students to have more elective choices in their schedule. So not only are they getting the core content that they need, but they're also choosing some classes that are of interest to them. Freshman year students will have between 7 and 8 classes. The reason that you could have 8 classes is that PE and freshman seminar can rotate every other day. So if you choose the PE freshman seminar option, then you could potentially have 8 classes. Class periods last about 50 minutes, and then there's a 5-minute passing period so that students can move through the halls from class to class. We are on a year-long grading structure. So that means that our classes span the entire school year. We are not divided up into semesters. So at winter break, students are not going to change from one class to another. They're going to stay in the same classes for the whole year. Grades are not added to a student's transcript until the school year ends. So the report cards that you get are going to be progress reports or checkups on how that student's grade is progressing. And then the class selections that you make today, these are things that you are committing to for the next school year. Because again, we don't change classes mid-year. We're in our classes for the entire school year. In high school, each class that you take is worth a credit except for study hall or study skills, as names are interchangeable. So each class is worth a credit. And then the number of credits that you have determines your promotion to the next grade. So you're not passed to the next grade level once you've put the time in. In high school, it's all dependent upon the credits that you earn. So freshmen need to earn 5 credits by the end of their first year in order to be promoted to 10th grade for their second year of high school. We also, starting freshman year, begin tracking graduation requirements to make sure that students are on track for graduation, because in high school, that is the goal, to get you through to graduation. And so I want to show you the things that students are taking as freshmen that count towards their graduation requirements. So any of the core content classes students are enrolled in, and core content is math, science, English, and social studies. Those are required for graduation, as are PE and health. So PE is taken in person. It's worth a half of a credit and it spans the entire year. Again, it will either rotate with freshman seminar or it will rotate with study hall, depending on the option that you choose. Health is also a graduation requirement. It is taken online through eSchool, and it is also worth a half of a credit. Many students choose to take it the summer before they enter high school because they find they have a little bit more time at that point, and they want to go ahead and get a high school credit on their transcript before school even starts. So in order to earn a credit, you have to pass a class. A D is a passing grade, and that will get you that credit for the class. If by chance you happen to fail a course required for graduation, then you are going to need to repeat it until you do pass that course. Next, I want to talk about Freshman Academy. Our Freshman Academy at Atherton is awesome. We are a very tight-knit, supportive group for your students. We function off of supporting, but also granting independence. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about what that means. So here are some facts that I think that are important to share. So Core classes are 100% first-year freshmen. So everybody that's in your students' core classes, those are all going to be freshmen who are brand new. Freshmen are going to share similar core content teachers, but they're not going to be teamed together in groups like middle school. They share similar teachers, but they're not going to travel from class to class with that same group of kids. So there's some support in there in that way, but independence in the sense that it's going to be like everybody else in high school. The class mixture of students is going to be mixed up. It's not going to be the same people period by period. Students are free to choose certain classes outside of their core content classes. They can choose visual and performing arts classes like band, orchestra, choir, or theater. Then you can also choose a world language option. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. Students are also free to start year one of an academy pathway. That's an option for freshmen as well. And just logistically speaking, freshmen are not secluded to one area of the building. Like there's not like a wing that the freshmen have to stay in. There is a freshman academy hallway or a set of hallways, and that kind of functions as students' home base. There are a lot of core content classes that are in those hallways. However, other classes are not there. So students have a home base, if you will, and that's where Mr. Jones, our assistant principal's office, is located. But everybody else's classroom that's not core content is spread throughout the building. So students are going to have to learn how to navigate the building, but they do have that home base area that's the freshman academy area. My offices are located in that freshman academy hallway. They are in another section of the building. So again, offering support with some independence so that students do need to learn how to navigate the building, but they do have that home base sort of approach. Okay, next we're going to move into schedule choices and schedule options. So we're going to walk through that scheduling request form that you're going to fill out. This slide deck will be available to you. It does have our Atherton schedule book in there just to give you a little bit more information about Atherton. And then the schedule form that you are going to fill out is linked in here as well. And so the form that I'm talking about, I'm going to walk through it with you just to let you know what information we're asking for and why. So the first portion of the form is informational. It gives you some reference and background materials specifically for scheduling. And then the next part is going to ask for demographic information. This is really important for us. It's going to make sure that I get the correct student. So the name and the birthday, email addresses, contact information, phone numbers, all of that's super important. If I have a question, this way I can reach out to you or confirm that I've got your scheduling requests. Your date of birth for your student is in there, so I can make sure that I have the correct requests matched up to the correct student. So this information is super, super important for getting everything correct. Then next we move into the actual course selections. So the first course that you'll be looking at is English. You have two choices, either advanced English or honors English. Honors English is just regular program, regular level English. You are going to choose which option you think is best for you as a student. Do you need to be challenged and therefore need to go to advanced, or is regular paced, regular program more appropriate for you? If you're not sure, or if you want to ask some advice, then you can select, I'd like to discuss it with a counselor. Next up is math. Math is a little bit more prescribed because it's so skill-based. So what you took in middle school is really going to determine what you take in high school. So first choice is Honors Algebra 1. Honors Algebra 1 is a course for students who took 8th grade math or pre-algebra and they want a regular paced math course. Advanced Algebra 1 is a course for students who took advanced 8th grade math or pre-algebra and they want an accelerated math course. So advanced geometry then is a course option for students who in 8th grade took Algebra 1 and they earned either an A or a B on their high school transcript. Advanced Algebra 2 is a course option for students who took both Algebra 1 and geometry in middle school, and they earned an A or a B in both courses. If you are not sure what you took, or you're not sure which class you should choose, or if you took a class and maybe you didn't do as well as you wanted and you want to take that again, or if you just have any questions about math, select the option I want to talk to a counselor. Your next choice is going to be social studies. Again, you only have two choices. You have the accelerated version or the regular version. So the accelerated version is AP, College Board AP Human Geography, also known as APHG. This is not an advanced class. It is actually a College Board advanced placement course. And this means that at the end of the course, students are going to test for college credit. So it is a rigorous class. The coursework is rigorous. A lot of independent reading is expected. But honestly, about 60% of our freshmen each year choose this class. So it's a very popular option. Students find that they get a lot out of it. And I cannot tell you that I have heard a graduation speech that hasn't referenced this class. So it's been very impactful for our students. If you feel that that is not an appropriate level of work for you, if you feel like you want something that's more of a regular coursework or regular paced, then U.S. History is your choice. This class is going to pick up where 8th grade social studies stopped, so there's a continuation there for you. If you're really not sure which option you should choose, then you can select the option to talk to a counselor. Next, we have science. Again, you have two choices, either advanced biology or honors biology. Honors biology is regular level biology. Again, you're choosing which one you think is appropriate for you as a student. And if you are not sure, you can always select the Ask a Counselor option. Our next section is world language. World language is an integral part of our culture here at Atherton. We have several language choices for you. A lot of students have never had a language before, but there are some who have. So if you're deciding whether or not you want to start a language your freshman year, the way that you might decide that or choose that is if you are a student who's in good academic standing, or if you know you want to take 4 years of a language, then you might choose to start your language freshman year. Otherwise, you may decide to wait until sophomore year to choose that language. Atherton encourages students to take 3 years of a language, but the Kentucky college pre-college curriculum requires 2 years. So that may impact how you plan your world language choices. You will be choosing between German, Japanese, French, Spanish, or Arabic. Arabic is our only language that does not go to the IB level. Next, we have academy pathways that you may be choosing from. If you are not sure whether or not you should start an academy or CTE pathway, you might choose that if you're really passionate about a career field or you're really interested in a certain academy option. If that's you, go ahead and choose one. You're choosing between engineering, health sciences, or media arts. We're going to go into a little bit more detail about what those are. So engineering is our first one that we're going to talk about. It's divided into 3 sections: aerospace, electrical, or aviation maintenance. Aerospace, I'm just going to kind of breeze these little Post-it notes for you so that you have an audio to go with your visual. So aerospace, students will be introduced to concepts related to space travel, rocket design and operation, aerodynamics, aircraft operation, and flight and unmanned aircraft systems. For electrical, students in the electrical engineering pathway will be introduced to electrical concepts such as AC and DC circuits, semiconductor circuits, digital circuits, and basic programming. For AMT, students in the aviation maintenance pathway will be introduced to basic concepts in the aviation industry, such as proper use of tools, aircraft safety, flight line practices, aerodynamics, aircraft control, surfaces, and basic maintenance practices. All 3 of these sections fall underneath our engineering academy. Next up is our health sciences academy. It is broken down into 3 different sections: biomedical sciences, allied health, and patient care technician. Again, I'm going to breeze through the Post-it notes so that, again, you have an audio to go with your visual. For biomedical sciences, it is a project-based learning system that allows students to solve real-world problems. Students will use tools and equipment used by professionals in labs in the field. For allied health, this pathway allows students to learn basic healthcare skills through research and hands-on experiences and provides exposure to various health-related careers. Allied health is patient-centered. And then you have patient care technician. This pathway allows students to learn basic healthcare skills through research and hands-on experiences and provides exposure to various healthcare-related careers. It is also patient-centered. All three of these fall under our Health Sciences Academy. Next, we have media arts. Media arts is broken down into graphic design and cinematography. Graphic design pathway will focus on creating content to persuade, inform, and entertain through graphics, photography, words, fonts, colors, etc. Students will learn how to use different types of cameras, Wacom tablets, photography studio lighting with different backdrops, along with Adobe Photoshop and InDesign using Apple iMac desktops. For the cinematography section, students will learn how to record and edit video like true professionals. The pathway includes hands-on training and use of state-of-the-art digital video cameras and the newest non-linear editing software. At the end of these pathways, students have products that will get produced. So for the cinematography, the product is Atherton On Air, which is our daily announcements that are student-produced. The graphic design pathway either produces the Torch, which is our yearbook, or the Ariel, which is our magazine. So graphic design has two different avenues at the very end of their path. Next, we're going to move away from the academies and we're going to talk about PE and health. Health needs to be taken online. Many people choose to take it the summer before 9th grade because they find that they have more time to do so. PE is in person and it can be paired with either freshman seminar or it can be paired with study hall if you've already chosen an academy pathway. So if you haven't made 7 choices already, we do have some additional electives that you can choose. You can focus in on the arts with either band, orchestra, choir, art, or theater. Choir is broken up to ladies and men's ensemble. We also have weightlifting, study hall, or piano. So those are some choices that you can make as well. And now we're going to move into the specific scheduling request. So the scheduling requests are going to be made electronically. You're going to input them into the linked Google form. You will have access to this. And that is the form that I just went through. You're going to make all of your selections there. And then once I get those selections, I will enter them into your Infinite Campus requests. From that point on, that's where your schedule will get built. You will not actually receive a copy of your schedule until our registration in August because counselors are working on the schedule for the school for the entire summer. I also want to introduce you to the administrators that are attached to the Freshman Academy. You've already met me. My name is Sarah Uhl. I am the Freshman Academy counselor. But my partner in crime is Mr. Jones, Mr. Foster Jones. He's our Freshman Academy assistant principal. We are the 2 people that will be your biggest supports as you transition into Atherton, and then you will transition into your academy or upperclassmen counselor and assistant principals once your freshman year is over. Here's my contact information if you have any questions or concerns. Right now, the best way to contact me is through email because I can respond to an email from anywhere. But please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions. And I cannot wait to meet you guys in the fall.